There's one psychological trigger that makes people physically uncomfortable disrespecting you. Today, you're going to learn 5 ways to activate it. And the last one is so powerful, people will avoid you if they can't respect you. The Scarcity Trigger. When you become scarce, your value increases. It's basic supply and demand, but applied to human attention. Someone disrespects you in a text. Here's what you don't do. You don't respond immediately with paragraphs defending yourself. Here's what you do. You wait 24 to 48 hours. Not because you're playing games, because disrespect doesn't deserve urgency. When you finally respond, say this: I saw this. I needed time to decide if it deserved a response. Watch what happens next. Are you mad? Can we talk? I didn't mean it that way. They knew what they meant. They just weren't used to consequences. The psychology is simple. Immediate responses look low value. Delayed responses signal standards, priorities, and self-respect. It triggers loss aversion, the fear of losing access to you. The rule is simple. Cut contact by 50% after the first violation. Make people earn back your time through consistent respect. Your presence isn't a right, it's a privilege, and they can lose it. The Spotlight Trigger. People behave when they know others are watching. That's social accountability, and it's one of your strongest weapons. Someone insults you in a group chat. Most people would message them privately. That's a mistake. You just taught them disrespect has no public cost. Instead, say, I'm confused why you'd speak to me that way in front of everyone. Can you explain your thinking? 3 things happen instantly. You're calm, which disarms them. You name the witnesses, which activates social pressure. And you force them to justify something they can't justify. They'll backpedal. I was joking. You're too sensitive. Your response: help me understand the joke. Explain it so everyone gets it. And suddenly, silence. Awkwardness, apologies. The spotlight effect shows people overestimate how much others notice them. When you turn the spotlight directly onto their behavior, that fear becomes real. The rule: public disrespect gets public accountability. Private disrespect gets private consequences. Never reverse this. The Indifference Trigger. Manipulative people feed on your reactions. Your anger, your defense, your emotions, that's their supply. Your indifference, that's their starvation. Someone tries to provoke you. You're so sensitive. You always overreact. You respond with one word. Okay, no explanation, no defense, no emotion, then you move on. They'll be confused for days because you didn't play the game. This is the gray rock principle. You become unresponsive and uninteresting. Manipulators need emotional reactions, positive or negative. When you give them nothing, they run out of fuel. Other neutral phrases that trigger the same effect. If you say so. Interesting perspective. Noted. The rule is simple. The person who cares less controls the interaction. Not because you're cold, because you understand your worth isn't up for negotiation. The Consequence Trigger. Human behavior is predictable. Actions without consequences increase. Actions with consequences decrease. If disrespecting you costs nothing, why would anyone stop? A coworker makes a joke at your expense. You don't react. But the next time they need your help? Sorry, I'm focused on my own work right now. They disrespected you on Monday. They feel the consequence on Wednesday. And yes, they connect the dots. Immediate retaliation looks emotional. Delayed consequences look like standards. Use the 3-strike system. Strike 1, mental note, no visible reaction. Strike 2, reduced availability. You're suddenly busy. Strike 3, complete removal. No explanation required. A friend cancels plans last minute for the 3rd time. You don't argue. You simply stop inviting them. Months later, they ask why you're distant. You say, I value reliability. I plan my time around people who value mine. No anger, no lecture, just cause and effect. The Self-Respect Trigger. This is the most powerful trigger. Mirror neurons make people match the energy you project. When you respect yourself deeply, Others feel it. Someone guilt trips you. You're being difficult. It's not that serious. You respond with, I'm not being difficult. I'm being clear. Then you stop talking. No justification, no over-explaining, just certainty. Self-respect isn't loud. It's calm. It's steady. Eye contact that isn't aggressive. A relaxed posture that doesn't signal insecurity. A measured tone that doesn't rise or shake. Use language that reflects standards, not apologies. I don't accept that. That doesn't work for me. No. No explanations. No softening. No, sorry, but because the moment you justify a boundary, you begin negotiating it. Here's the truth. People don't fear you. They fear the version of themselves they become when they disrespect someone with unshakable boundaries. You're not trying to intimidate anyone. You're refusing to be a safe place for disrespect. Your boundaries aren't negotiable. And now, neither are you.